creation of the band?
Cool. All right. So, from where I'm sitting, we we kind of all were cut from the same cosmic cloth, and like Anthony's my brother, and I grew up um, just like literally making noise on a guitar to the point where I was like surprised that he tolerated it at one point, like listening back at stuff. But like that's kind of the root of what we did. And then simultaneously, before we even like met Brett had his journey in Connecticut and um, was more of like the folk roots kind of storytelling element of music and writing. And music has kind of always been like a root in all of our lives. And then we've all kind of like just have been riding the tides of life itself, and we all have our different paths. Brett's in med school, Anthony's a process engineer at a factory, and I run a stonemason company. And those are things that I didn't know that like we would be doing, like not stuff I'd be thinking of as a kid, but I always thought like music would be part of the picture. And these guys have always been just like pillars of like in my world, and like a bridge to the world of music. And we all channel it differently, like and our instruments really kind of are fitting too. Like Anthony is a drum dude. He's just been the backbone to like my world, and then Brett's equally as much of a brother. Yeah, it's just good. It's like our soundtrack, and we just kind of like are wandering in the world too, and we like finding these spaces and really appreciate all y'all because it's very homey, and like and you ride the momentum of where it's all going. And we were talking about it for a while, and that's part of the band. Like we're nothing without people to share. We're influenced by everyone. So we're just here. Yeah.
That's great. Is this the original band lineup?
Pretty much like
I mean, I think this has been the
There's-
original band lineup in Chris's head. Chris really did pull us all together because those two grew up playing together, and then Chris and I started playing in college, and then Tony moved out to Ohio, and I was still in Connecticut. And there was just a long period of time where I think Chris saw the vision of it. He'd call up his brother, he'd call up me, call up his brother. And then one time, it was like a week before I started medical school, I hopped in a car with Chris and we drove out to Ohio. And we went on Craigslist and bought like a half a ton of bricks and dropped it off in Tony's driveway to build a recording studio in his garage. And we built about like 6 inches worth of a wall. And then we just
Still have the scars.
we left the rest of it for Tony. And then Tony spent the next 8 months laying bricks.
dude, definition of garage band. Literally.
Laying bricks and tough kid, too cool for gloves. Learn the hard way what a bass burn is or something.
Exactly.
And then Tony, had some life changes, moved back to New Hampshire. And from the outset of buying the house there, those guys had the vision of it being a music studio. And then I graduated medical school a year ago, and I could have landed anywhere on the map. And I didn't tell too many people, but I ranked my list of schools based on the band at the end of the day. And now I'm living there. Started my job, so I work 80 hours a week, but I come home to these guys, and we find time to play music. Yeah. Let's play a couple songs. acoustic songs. The song is called Good Luck Growing Up. I watch the swallows fly all over tobacco fields, trying to catch the crickets as they hop under the setting sun, through the crack in the barn where the light shines through. The smell of the haze brings back my youth. You see, I tilt my head in a certain light. Could just as easily be 1785. I'm singing good luck, good luck, good luck. Growing up. Well, I left my mind by that vernal pool where the white pines grow up so tall and true. Well, how deep do your roots grow into all these shallow soils? I know it's all that you knew, and all you know is that I'm trying to do the best that I can to hold on to my faith in my fellow man. Well, the soil's kinda thin for a promised land. I'm singing good luck, good luck, good luck, growing up. So leave me here on the longest nights of summer, where I can lose all track of time. I hope you find, I hope you find, I hope we all find, whatever it is these hearts are searching for, searching for. I'm singing good luck, good luck, good luck, growing up. Well, the tractor's rusting here in the rain, right back into the earth from where it came. And the old man farmers doing the same, while your boy's growing taller there every day, you know. What if the future is just a fat, a pile of metal rust and some plastic bags, and there's nothing much waiting for us at the end but more water right there around the river bend? All I'm trying to say is, what's the rush, my friend? I'm singing good luck, good luck, good luck, growing up. So I'll wait until this world stands still. I know you think you're so smart that you've learned how to kill. Oh, well, smarter still are the ones who know that true wealth comes from he who grows. You know, I'll plant a tree here, I'll spend my days amongst the shadows of its shade, with a buffalo, with a white-tailed deer. Won't you teach me what it means to belong right here? I'm singing good luck, good luck, good luck, growing up. So leave me here on the longest nights of summer, where I can lose all track of time. I hope you find, I hope we all find, whatever it is these hearts are searching for. Singing good luck, good luck, good luck, growing up. Good luck growing up.
Nice.
And then we should probably play one song for you guys, a song that was one of the first songs that we ever wrote back when Chris and I were in college together. And it brings us back to that time.
And it's always kind of been associated with the Shel Silverstein poem, Where the Sidewalk Ends. So we're going to try to recite it
Yeah.
as like a little introduction for it. So. There's a place where the sidewalk ends, and before the street begins, and there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright, and there the moonbirds rest from his flight, to cool in the peppermint winds. So let us leave this place where the smoke blows black, and where the dark street winds and bends. Past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow, we will walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk white arrows go, to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we will walk with the walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk white arrows go, for the children they mark and the children they know, the place where the sidewalk ends.
First, I found my feet, then the ground that I've been walking on, then the words with which to speak, then this heart that I've been shouting from, then I found my peace of mind. Lord, I've been searching for this for such a long time. Then the friends with which to confide my soul and keep it safe from the cold outside. We are the nowhere kids, and we're still learning how to live. Oh, we are the nowhere kids, and we're still learning how to live. You know, I never knew enough to grow up strong, to grow up real tough, and to look this world real cool right in the eyes. You know, I never knew enough to question all the fluff that was ever fed to me in good faith and in disguise. Oh, but now I see a lonely world in front of me, and it reeks with all its pain. Oh, there's 7 billion people, everyone trying to be different, singing, God forbid if we are all the same. Always nothing sacred, always nothing free. In the wild of our shopping malls and our cable TVs, there's nothing honest, always nothing true, always nothing beautiful, if not to me and you. We are the nowhere kids, and we're still learning how to live. Oh, we are the nowhere kids, and we're still learning how to live.
You can find me where the sidewalk ends. You can find me where the grass grows green. You can find me where the lights glow dim, 'cause at night the only street lights are the starlights. Find me where you find my friends, and if you get lost, that's where you begin. 'Cause the future shines bright in the eyes of the dreamers. The future shines bright in the eyes of the nowhere kids.
Nowhere kids. OG sounds. That's funny. With the ganja. Handmade ganja. Maybe we'll just play one last one for you guys here.
kind of want to do the
Manual? Yeah, go for it.
this.
What's this one?
Wild Apples. Who was it?
Any
Yeah, who's
other
the guy?
questions?
It was Barefoot Truth. They invited Barefoot Truth, the singer from there, to art, and for whatever reason, we got to like open for them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
and Chris.
They were there. Yeah, the guy was pretty good. But all our friends were there, so they cheered louder for us. It was the best.
Nice. There you go.
He was a little salty afterwards. Yeah.
You guys want to tell us a little bit about your influences?
Sure. I mean, we come from very different kind of backgrounds in terms of music style and just what we like to listen to in the car. Myself, I grew up listening to 70s rock. I love John Bonham from Zeppelin. One of my first shows was Rush, Vapor Trails, and I'll never forget Tom Sawyer, the opening song from Neil Peart. And man, I was hooked on drums since that. Just Neil Peart's one of my top idols. The fact that I just loved listening to him talk. He wasn't a stereotypical drummer like, yeah, man, drinking beers and playing rock. I mean, the guy was like, you thought he was a college professor. And just how he approached the drums, methodical, and just he worked hard. One of his things was a work in progress. And I just loved his whole approach to the drums, right? It's about a process. It's not about a destination. But yeah, those are kind of my influences.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I shared those experiences with Anthony, and then I had a similar experience like with the guitarists of those bands, and then definitely Jimmy Page, Hendrix, all those guys, Stevie Ray, Rory Gallagher, Irish rock. But then like I played a lot of acoustic guitar with Brett, and like kind of explored other genres too.
Yeah, I guess I was like 9 or 10 years old, and my dad gave me this music book. When my dad was young, he had gone down to Appalachia and worked there for a while, and he ended up with this this old, probably from the 60s, this little folk music book of all these old like gospel songs and everything, just CGF, everything. So I learned Go Tell It on the Mountain. And like When the Circle is Unbroken, a whole slew of them. I still have the book. It's a great
Cover
little
all
book.
those if you want to.
So between them and then actually my mom was a Neil Young fan, and somehow I ended up with a guitar book of Neil Young, and those were some of the first songs that I learned how to play. Old Man, Heart of Gold. I still think they're great songs.
Rockin' in the Free World.
Rockin' in the Free World. My mom didn't listen to that one. Yeah. And then it was funny, yeah, because I never came from like a big hard rock background, so when I met these guys, it was an education. Initially, I didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, one of our first songs was pretty rough. I remember being in my office.
Yeah.
I had an electronic drum set. And my brother was so enthusiastic about Brett and I being in the same room. You could feel like the tension, like how the hell is this gonna work?
Yeah.
But Brett's like at the folk, and I'm ready to like Moby Dick the shit out of the drums.
The
And
electronic
it's like,
kid.
Yeah, right. And actually, one of our songs, "Hollow," was really a cool song that we want to explore one day
And
again.
Change the World, that came
Change the
from
World,
that
too.
same scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, yeah, over time we've realized just that the diversity of backgrounds really lends itself towards like a cool sound when it's all together, and we just try to like give everyone space to fully express themselves. We're
One
not,
of the things we've learned too is like it's beyond the instruments, our communication. It's also, what we talk about off the instruments. It's just as important. I mean, the notes are just another way to express how we think, and we also enjoy one another's company, talking about anything really. I mean, Brett's a doctor. Chris, works on stone waterfalls or whatever the heck it is, and I'm at an aerospace manufacturing company. So we have a lot of stuff we can bring to the table. But I think the message, from the kNowhere kids, like it's important to us that we do things in groups. Life is like a team sport. It's not a solo act. And I think if it's one thing we learned from COVID is, people want to be with other people and in social settings. And, shout out again to Recording Den, for doing this with us. It really is a team effort, and I guess, I just get frustrated seeing online a lot of musicians saying they do one acts, they do all the instruments themselves, and then they mix it all themselves, and whoop-de-doo. And I know that's kind of an insult in some sense, but to me, music is about it's about being with other people,
and
that's
channeling
fine.
all that energy.
Yeah, and that's
too,
cool.
'cause
You can do that stuff,
just
but it's a
like-
totally different skill to now play with others, to be with others, to interact with others, and maybe fine you do in the bedroom, not disregarding the practice that you do and all that, but I don't know. Music is, to me, it's a team sport.
And kind of along, so that's Anthony's character. He and sometimes he doesn't listen to music other than our music. He doesn't even have it in his car. He's got audiobooks going and just religiously is looking at books. And then but then when he shows up to play, he's absorbed the influences, and then he's ready to channel it all. And that's why he needs a big instrument, because he's got a lot of energy. And then I try to match him on guitar, and then Brett's hanging too.
That's
Yeah.
good. It's fun.
Yeah, that's
So
kind
the
of
chemistry
just...
with you guys is undeniable. That's really something that you find once in a while.
Yeah, we literally regard, like Anthony was saying, off the instruments too, even just having food with everyone and just breaking bread, that whole thing. And just the hospitality, that's music.
These
That's
guys
the
have
whole
literally-
vibe. Driving in your car, the whole road scenes to get here, all that stuff. We're all experiencing it to some degree. We're all trying to just find these nooks to settle down and kind of chill for a moment, absorb a texture and be part of the texture. The surface of this crust is just churning, and we're just part of that. We're just little critters on top just doing our thing. But let's do our thing. That's all I'm saying. We like doing this stuff, you guys like doing all this stuff. Everyone's trying to find a sense of home, and that's the thing. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. No, thank you. We got one more. Wild Apples.
Wild apples.
I'm shedding my skin under the light of a dancing wild apple tree, blowing softly in the gentle summer's winds. You remind me of myself there with your rust and tarnished skin, in your tartness and your rough and rugged stem. Well, I'll be a wild apple in a sea of store-bought shine, and rather than be perfect, I'd choose to be one of a kind. Oh, you may not like me, I'm spicy and I'm bitter and I'm sweet. Has your taste been dulled by a life of uniformity? Well, it won't be long before I enter into the belly of the beast. But have I come to this feast here to be feasted upon? Are my fears just shadows, just the apparitions of my youth? Are they made of solid stones, the things I hold as truths? Or perhaps are they just made out of earthly clay, to be molded by these changes day by day? Well, I will be a wild apple in a sea of store-bought shine. Rather than be perfect, I'll choose to be one of a kind. Oh, you may not like me, spicy and bitter and sweet. You know there's nobody quite like you, and there's nobody quite like me. You know every stone turns to dust under the beat of a harder stone. And every person I turn into shortly outgrown. Yeah, I let these journeys be guided by my curiosities. I suppose that I showed up here today to see what kind of party it would be. But I will be a wild apple in a sea of store-bought shine. And rather than be perfect, I choose to be one of a kind. Oh, you may not like me, I'm spicy and I'm bitter and I'm sweet. Has your taste been dulled by a life of uniformity? We are all wild apples in a sea of store-bought shine. Yeah, nobody's perfect, we're all just one of a kind.